Welcome, Soul Sisters. It's Kelley, Life Coach.
And I'm Holly with Holiday Farms. And Kelley and I co-host Soul Sisters on the Farm every other Tuesday night. And we welcome all women in the area who want to come out and join us to have some soul-filling conversations.
Yes, and today, because Thanksgiving is quickly approaching, we are going to talk about gratitude, but we're going to come at it from a little bit of a different place. Holly came up with this great phrase. You want to share?
How to fill your soul before they fill their hole.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Because I think so often with Thanksgiving, especially if you're hosting,
yes,
so much emphasis is on the food, on the decorating, on cleaning the house. We don't fill our soul.
It's exhausting. And as an event planner and as a recovering perfectionist, I have spent years doing this. I have a manual that I created on Thanksgiving with all the recipes.
Not type A at all.
And I will confess that I have a part to play in this. I have posted every year this perfect looking Thanksgiving.
I've seen those posts and I admire it, and then I feel like I do such a shitty job compared.
But here's what I want you to remember. When I see posts of the moms who are running marathons with their kids, who sit and read with their kids, who push their kids on swings and play Barbies with their kids, that's not me. Mm-hmm. My specialty is creating beautiful moments and creating beautiful settings. Mm-hmm. That's like how I show love and what I do well. And it's my business, so it's what I show off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So,
but you're sort of also trapped by your own design.
Yes, I have definitely, yes. And I have made a change this year.
Oh, let's hear.
I have already set the dinner table. It's a pretty Thanksgiving dinner table. I ain't doing shit for the kids' table. They don't care. They're not going to give me compliments about it, so I really don't care about their table. Generally, I create this huge food buffet and decorate it all and have all these tiers and do all this stuff like a professional caterer would. I ain't doing it this year.
So what are you going to do instead?
The shit's going on the kitchen counters and I don't care. I am cooking a few days before. Called a lady who helps clean my house and I'm like, can you come Wednesday and just do all the dishes? And I'm going to put all the food not in the most beautiful containers like I normally do. They're going to go in containers. I can plop a lid on it and put it in the fridge. I have already put out heavy-duty disposable dishes, plates, cups, and forks, and napkins. I'm not washing all those damn dishes, and I am going to make it easier on myself. I invited certain people this year, and I did not invite other people this year. Now,
that is soul care, and I think a lot of people wouldn't consider that soul care. They would feel like
that's selfish.
I suppose any of those things could be true if it wasn't for the intention of that you wanted to have a place where everyone could come together and there wouldn't be drama or there wouldn't be stress and anxiety that was brought through the door with certain individuals.
What I know is when those people come, yes, I can get along with them, but it does still cause this underlying anxiety where I'm walking on eggshells. And if my kids are picking up on that, then they're not having a good Thanksgiving either. If you have to go to Thanksgiving, how do you fill your soul ahead of time knowing that you are going to be sitting at the table with people who are going to be discussing political things that you do not agree with, or they're going to be saying things that are going to offend your children, possibly, or they're antagonistic or bad blood.
Yeah. So if you're feeling like, gosh, I'm going to show up and it's going to be a bunch of drama and a bunch of angry, conversations or conversations that I don't feel comfortable having, I think first of all, is just to notice that you're already anticipating,
You're
right? You're anticipating, and sort of when we do that, we're more likely to manifest that.
Definitely.
Right? Because we look for evidence of what we think and know.
We look for evidence of what we think and know, what we expect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah. But what if I show up looking for the good? What would happen then? So even that antagonistic relative, find something to appreciate about them that's teeny, 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 tiny.
Yeah.
Right?
They make great corn stuffing or
Yes.
something.
Yeah, and just let that be the focus, and don't try to look for what's going to bother you, because you will find it.
How do you be non-reactive?
I have been the person starting, yelling at the dinner table.
You have?
Yes. And I've also been the person that's just said, okay, why don't I be helpful and refill the gravy boat? And I step out for a minute, and we have a choice on whether we want to engage or whether we want to remove ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we're always at choice.
Do I need to be right?
Yeah.
And ruin a relationship?
Right.
Or can I just accept that, we have different opinions and still be able to love each other?
Right. What I have seen is just there's so much sort of resentment that sometimes can build up because you're doing so much for everyone else and you're not feeling appreciated.
Am I doing this because I love to do this? Mm-hmm. And if so, I don't need affirmation. No, my love language is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
So if you want me to cook for you, you better thank me really well. The decorating I do because I like doing that. It makes me feel, creative and whatever. But all the activities and the over-the-topness,
yes,
I have backed down.
Yes. I don't know. There's some soul nourishing that we should do beforehand. I feel I haven't done it before with Thanksgiving. Well, I guess I have. I used to do the turkey trot. That was always...
Oh, really?
Yeah, exercise was always good for me to get my head in the right space.
Yeah, running doesn't sound fun to me. However, while you're running, I'm setting a beautiful table because that is soul nourishing to me.
Yeah.
But what generally happens is we forget about the soul nourishing until we sit down for Thanksgiving dinner and we're like, okay, everybody go around and say what you're thankful for this year. Shit, what was I going to say, And it would be great if that morning we could get up and spend some time alone in meditation or journaling or something and really focus on what we are grateful for. One of the things that I'm grateful for is last year we couldn't even get together because of COVID.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm focusing on this year. That we all survived the plague. And being a country girl, I'm going to shoot some guns that day, which always lets off some steam for me. It makes me feel like a badass.
Oh, that sounds good. We may have to come out here.
You should.
The year prior, I had hosted Thanksgiving and Christmas with a lot of out-of-town guests. And by the end of the Christmas holidays, I was like, I did not enjoy that at all.
Right.
At all. Like, not even some, like, I was like trying to, like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We're going back to basics. It's about the connection and the relationship and being with people that you love. Next year, we're doing Bojangles. To this day, it's the kids' favorite Thanksgiving.
Because it's different. I did that this past year for Christmas. Yeah. The people who were supposed to come for Christmas dinner kind of canceled at the last minute. And we're like, let's go to McDonald's. And my kids loved it too. Yeah. And so I think we have to embrace that traditions change.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And we can create new traditions each year. And just, we have to remember what it's about. Mm-hmm. And what is it about?
It is about the people in your life that you love and who love you.
Yes. That's what it's about.
Yeah. There's always someone that wants that special tradition. One year I invited my father who lives in New York, and I said, come for Christmas. We'd love to have you. And I said, but just to let you know, we're not doing the traditional thing. I'm going to like really cut back to make it more family focused.
Yes.
But it'll still be special. And he did not like that idea at all. He made jokes like, so what are you going to make me, a tuna fish sandwich?
That's exactly what you get now, dude.
So I was talking to my mom and I said, you know what? This year he's coming for Thanksgiving. I said, you know what my name places are going to be? It's going to be a can of chicken of the sea. And it's going to have everyone's name and Sharpie on top.
That is awesome. That is even as an event planner, I agree. What makes it fun is those unique things, those attention to details about memories and bringing back memories and stuff.
Well, and it was also kind of healing for me because when that happened, that he told me he wasn't coming because I wasn't putting on a big spread for him.
Yes.
Like he was the king coming.
Yes.
I was so hurt by it. I was like, I'm your daughter and you don't want to spend time with me because of the food?
Right.
It took a while to get over it. So to be able to take that and make a lighthearted joke about it,
100%.
like just feels like healing. Like we'll laugh about it.
Yes.
And we'll just ham it up or tuna it up. But
yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you love tradition and it brings you joy, then by all means do it. But sometimes the funny shit
it's what people remember.
Really remember.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes. Recognize that, you can take the pressure off. You are not responsible for putting on a Norman Rockwell performance.
I think a good question to ask yourself, when the holiday is over and you're reflecting back and you're feeling really good about the time that you spent, what comes to mind? What are you really appreciating? Mm-hmm. So in other words, if you are a big foodie and you say, well, gosh, if everyone's raving about the food, okay, then you spend time with planning some delicious meals. That's aligned with your values.
Yes.
If it's about, I really want to just, because we haven't been together in a while, just feel like I can embrace those people I love and tell them what I appreciate about them, then it's about the connection and let that guide you in your planning.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Thanksgiving every year, and do not judge me, I don't care if you judge me, whatever, is watching the Macy Thanksgiving Day
parade. Yes! Absolutely. Gotta have that on.
And
it's happening this year.
Yes, and last year I was so busy, I forgot about it. And I'm determined this year
it was really scaled back last year.
Yes, I'm sure. Really I'm sure. But that really pissed me off. I'm like, oh, my priorities are off.
So yeah, begin with the end in mind. Think about what you would appreciate when it's over and let that lead you in the beginning.
Yes. And if people complain that you don't have this, or haven't done this, then you just look at them and say, I'm so sorry. I would love for you to host next year. What would you like to host next year? Because I would love to come to that.
Remember, come see us. If you're local, come see us. We're going to be gathering on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving here at the farm, 6 p.m.
And please remember, be kind to yourself.